Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We're back again with a Hump Night beer review. This man's going to mess you up. So, Bonehead, they're out of Kensington in Melbourne. They've been around for a while now. One of the breweries, they sometimes sort of slip under the radar. Their beers have got a fair bit better over the years. What can I say? I just haven't had enough of them just due to I don't sort of see them very often. They are in like a lot of bottle shops in Melbourne, but more the ones that you sort of have to go into and buy in person. Yeah, being in the country sometimes it makes it hard. I buy a lot of stuff online, or when I actually go to Melbourne, there'll be particular places I go, but I don't see a lot from these guys. But anyway, let's hope it's a goodie. It's known as a West Coast elitist IPA. There's a bit of some political jargon, just a bit of mockery. It's got they're eating the hops, they're eating the malts. Make IPA great again. So yeah, it's a 6.9% West Coast IPA, and it's called Concepts of a Plan. Now, I remember when I had a quick look on Untapped just to sort of look up more about the brewery, and I remember seeing Concepts of a Plan was an actual name of quite a few beers. So yeah, let's get stuck into it. You can see that he's got the Macca's logo behind his head. It's making me hungry. Anyway, in the chat, I don't know if he's still here, but Tanner wrote a message. Cheers, bro. Hope you're well, dude. Haven't had a beer together for a while. We need to sort that out. I feel like I haven't seen you, Bumpy, Beer Man, and a couple of the others. Sort of haven't seen you as much lately. So yeah, let's crack into this anyway. Hope everyone's having a good week. I've just reviewed a Hellas Lager from Garage Project. It was very nice. I gave it a 4 out of 5. So going the same glass, my hop head's little delicate number with the cheeky hop on the front. So this beer, it looks very dark in the camera. It's not as dark as what it is because it looks like it's oxidized. Certainly smells all right, so that's good. It's just got like, when I sort of hold it up to the light, it's actually like a dark orange. But yeah, in the camera, it looks like it's brown. It's terrible. Terrible lighting. Yeah, no, I'll be at work, dude, unfortunately. So yeah, it's like nearly bedtime for me. And then yeah, I've got to get up and go to work. It's so annoying that I can only make it certain weeks. But yeah, I'll be on there next week, dude. So yeah, let's go a whiff for this bad boy. Let's hope it's all right. Cheers again, Paul. So I'm getting huge caramel toffee. It's got that smell like it's going to be like sticky, sweet toffee. Mmm. Getting a little bit of grapefruit. Some sweet, like it's almost like a blood orange. Cheers again, boys. Thanks for coming back in, Paul and Rob. I don't mind the old review into a review after sort of thing, like two in a row. It's good. But yeah, as I said, it, it reminds me of Raggy. Raggy's passed on the torch to me because he never goes live anymore. I used to love watching Raggy's lives. Just I miss that he does like he just does these premiere ones, and you get excited thinking he's live, but he's not. And then for those of you that don't know, Raggy is from not is it Nottingham in the UK? It's in the I think it's like the Midlands on the east. Yeah, and he's like a good as dude. He's like a gardener and a home brewer. Yeah, and does like a lot of has a lot of content on YouTube. Used to do a lot of live reviews, but most of them now they're still the same sort of format, but not live. And he's always sitting in his shed drinking some pretty random stuff. But yeah, shout out to him. I miss him. He's still around. It's just yeah, I used to love the interaction with him because he'd go live. Cheers, buddy, and cheers, Stewie. Good to see you, boys. So I'm getting like a floral touch to this as well. Grassy. I wonder what the date is on it. I've got a feeling it's relatively new. But yeah, like it is dark in color, but on the camera it looks like it's terrible. Like on the camera it looks like a dark mild or something. But yeah, it smells alright. Anyway, I'm going in. I need to get this in me and head to bed at some stage. Definitely some pine there. Oh yeah. Are they the ones that have the YouTube channel? I might have missed some comments too. I better go up. Yeah. Hashtag bonehead. This guy's a bonehead. Only Paul could do it. Oh, this one will be nowhere near a 4.7. Yeah, the last beer I gave a 4 out of 5. Like you'd probably think, oh, that doesn't sound like a good score, but for the style, it was. I can tell I'm tired because like my vision's real shit. I'm like struggling to read the chat. Anyway, back into it. It's quite earthy. It's got that pithy grapefruit. Yeah, apricot. That's what. Thinking there's some sort of flavour. It tastes a little different than normal though, but yeah, it's got some like pretty punchy apricot. But to be honest, yeah, it's certainly not hitting like a lot of Westies I've had lately. It's just got that sort of run of the mill, nothing special sort of thing, unfortunately. Sorry to let the Westies down. Yeah, I know they've got like I know they're like brewing equipment, but don't they have a channel, like a YouTube channel? There's one of the like home brewing equipment suppliers that actually have a channel and they like do like live brews and stuff. I thought it was them. 69. So yeah, that the review I'm gonna do on the weekend, boys. It's it's a beer, it's a hemp IPA, and that's the original. And then there's going to be 6 variants that are different strains of weed. And I'm going to, they're all triple IPAs. And I'm going to do all 7 of them on a stream. But obviously, I'll take it easy, like just taste little amounts of each one and see if I can pick up many different characteristics. Yeah, I just thought it'd make for a cool as video. And yeah, it's by a brewery up in Brisbane. The only thing I'm slightly concerned, I mean, the beers are getting some hype, so they must be all right. But I know when I've had some IPAs from them in the past, they haven't really done it for me. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I thought because I want to do them all together and they're strong beers, I'll do it on either Saturday or Sunday early, and then I can just have a little amount of each one and then sort of finish them off throughout the day, sort of thing. Because yeah, obviously it's going to be a lot of alcohol. So yeah, I'll probably put that up tomorrow, like as in schedule it sort of early, because I just feel like it'd be something people would be interested in. Yeah, yeah. I reckon I might have used to have been subscribed. Probably still am. I probably just don't see their stuff very often. Yeah, it can definitely be time consuming if you're sort of busy. If you've got a good setup and good equipment and a bit of time, it's awesome to get into. See, I'd love to do it now, but I just where I live, I don't sort of have the setup for it. And like I'm probably not gonna be living where I am for too long, so I don't want to get all this equipment and then have to fucking move it again with a heap of other shit. Yeah. Thing that's annoying too is like pre-pandemic, a lot of the supplies were a lot cheaper. So you like you'd be able to make like 2 cases of beer for like really cheap, but I don't know. A lot of the ingredients here in Australia have nearly doubled in price. Yeah. I just feel like the government in Australia, it's like they just don't want us to drink or smoke at all. Anything that's associated's just gone up massively in price or slapped huge taxes on it. Cheers, Bulk. Good to see you again. I keep pressing the fucking wrong button on the mouse. Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be getting pretty shit up your way now. It'd be nice, but just cold. I found some old homebrew in the cupboard recently, Tanner. It was like a vanilla stout I did. When I did it, it was all right. It wasn't sort of one of the best ones I've done, but yeah, when I drank it, like obviously the bottles had been sitting for ages, and yeah, it tasted real cardboardy. I'm like, fuck that shit off. Cheers again, Viking. What do you prefer being called to, dude? It's always like one of those things when I first get to know people, you sort of want to know what they like to be called. You don't want to call people stuff and I don't know, they don't really like it or Dave. No worries. Generally, I've got a decent memory, so I do that at work all the time. Like when I first meet staff, like we have pretty big staff turnover. I'm always like meeting new people at work and training up new ones. And yeah, like I'll when I first meet people, always sort of it's one of the first things I'll say is like, "What do you prefer to be called?" Because yeah, a lot of different names out there, and so yeah, there's people out there like say on the roster they'll have their full name and you call them that and they hate it. It's like I don't want to be called that. So like an example recently is we've had someone her name's Teresa, but she likes to be called Tess. And I just remember when I first said Teresa when she started, just the look on her face. It's like I'm just saying what's written down. Yep. Yeah, our weather's been up and down here lately. Like it's coming into summer, so it's obviously getting better, but we'll still have our shit like windy, wet days. Chug. No, I reckon it was like smoke, more of a smoky imperial stout, dude. Like not chili as in spice. I reckon it was more like a smoky. Yeah, like it might have had some like maybe like a cherry wood smoke or I don't I can't really remember. But yeah, as Adam said, they've brewed so many beers. So yeah, boy. Super Daddy. I like it. Yeah. How's that, boys? Mid-30s here in Victoria. So yeah, mid-30s. I think in Fahrenheit's probably like around 90 or so. Not too sure, but yeah, that's getting into the decent weather. Fairly warm. Cheers, Lee. Yeah. No, I reckon it's another one. I mean, I'd be able to look it up. I had it. I'm pretty sure I checked it in on Untapped, whatever it was. That rattle and hum, I reckon I've had that too. But I had that like years ago. Isn't rattle and hum like a? Is it the name of like a U2 album or song or something? Kiwi boy. Yeah, I thought it was an album. U2 are one of those bands that get sort of a lot of hate, and it's probably like just because Bono's always on his like political talk, and but yeah, a lot of their old school stuff's pretty good. I actually seen them live in Melbourne years ago, and they put on a good live show. Yeah, there's a few of those sort of bands that get like massive hate, and it's like, well, I'd rather listen to them than most of the shit they have on commercial radio. At least they're actual musicians. Hmm. What does it mean being Java Monster? That sounds good. So what is it like? Cocoa bean and coffee bean or tonka bean? Hmm. Sounds interesting. Can you remember what tour it was, Bulk? I reckon the one I seen was that is it how to dismantle an atomic bomb or something like that. It's like a black and red album cover. And the funny thing is their support act was Kanye West. That's like, what the fuck? What a random like support act to have. So yeah, this beer, guys, it's unfortunately missing the mark. I wouldn't be surprised if it's spoilt somewhat. Maybe that slight darkness in color is like a yeah. But yeah, I won't talk about it too much more if it's not good. Remember when he was running for president? Oh fuck! I didn't even think of vanilla bean. What was I thinking? Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I bet you any money it was the same gig I was at because it was definitely at that stadium. It's changed names about 300 times. But yeah, I reckon at the time it was either called Telstra Dome or Etihad Stadium. Um, yeah, it would have been early to mid 2000s because I remember the mate. Well, actually, I remember going with my best mate and two other fellas, and yeah, at the time I reckon I might have been at university and working, and that would have been around that time. Hmm. I remember they had like general admission, heap of people down on the ground, but then people all around the stands, and they had a huge as like bar down on the ground. So it was handy, like if you were down there, you didn't have to go up into the stands to get beers. But yeah, I do remember though, if it is the same one, like Kanye was, yeah, he was pretty much just starting to get known. I reckon at the time. One thing I like about the Edge is I actually feel like he's got a really good voice. He's that sort of, yeah, like he provides those awesome harmonies and that, and you sort of don't think about it too much. There's a lot of dudes like that, like sort of your lead guitarists in bands, and they got real good voices, but their voice sort of goes a bit unnoticed just because of the lead dude. No, I was down in the standing up on the ground. That's where I'll be for Oasis and Metallica. Down in the pits. So yeah, I'm going to both those gigs in November next year. I can't wait. Front general admission for both, and they're both in the same week. Yeah, Kaiser Chiefs. I remember, dude. I went to see the Foo Fighters, and Kaiser Chiefs were their supporter, like artist. And Kaiser Chiefs were huge at the time. Like in the UK, they had like number one song and number one album. I'm like, fuck, what a supporter like act to have for Foo Fighters, like one of the biggest UK bands.